Hey guys, welcome to the Tech Granth. Today we are going to solve that most common trapping rainwater problem. I think you might have encountered this problem earlier also, and you might have feel that it's very tough. But let me tell you, this problem is not as tough as it seems. So before going into the solution, like, subscribe, and share the video, and yeah, look out for the further notification from this channel. So in this particular problem, what we need to find out is we need to get how much water is going to be trapped if there is a two-dimensional kind of building that has been given to us, and width of each of this building is constant, which it says that each bar has the width of 1, and the height of the building, it is denoted by an array. So the input array will give you the height of each building basically here. And we need to find out how much water is trapped in between all these buildings. So one thing we need to see here is that water will only be trapped wherever I have a taller building on the left side and on the right side of this particular graph. So if you visualize from here, you see this place the water is being trapped because we have a higher building here and this side. If you see this particular building, there is no water trapped on this bar because this is the tallest building. Same goes for this. There is no taller building on the left hand side of this, so no water can be trapped here. So from this you can understand a step that you need to find a building on the left side of the bar which is higher than that, and you need to find a building on the right side of the bar which is higher than that. So suppose, let's check for this. If you know that the building on the left is this, which is of height 1, and building on right of this is this building, and when we talk about the height of the building, we need to that will be like a local high, because on the right of this building is higher, but it cannot trap water for this guy. So it will be like a local maxima on the left and local maxima on the right side. So if you consider this particular case, you have the tallest building on left of this point is this of height 1, and right side is this of height 2. So here it can trap water, which will be the minimum of the height of these two minus whatever height of this building is. So if we consider this particular bar, so it can trap minimum of height of this building minus this building, whatever minimum height is, and that minus its own height. So it can trap this 1 unit of water. So here it can store like 2 units of water. So keeping that in mind, let us try to code for this problem. So when we code, so our intention, first intention is to get the local left minima and the local right minima. So we'll say int of left is equals to new int, and we'll say int n equal to whatever array we have been given dot length, and this will be of the same size. We'll say int of right is equals to new int n. So these two array basically we have defined, and we'll store the local maxima on the left and local maxima on the right side, and we'll solve this problem in a time complexity of order of n. So it will be like one loop for each. So first we'll populate our left array. This then n I plus plus. So the left of I will be if I is equals to 0. So in this particular case, left of I will be equal to whatever height, basically the first building. This is the corner case. Otherwise what we need to do is, otherwise the left of I will be equal to whatever we need to check whether the previous left building that we have is greater than the current building. So we'll say left of I minus 1, is it greater than this height of I minus 1? So if the previous left building is greater than our current building, so we will, in that particular case, the maxima, the local maxima for this particular building will be left of I minus 1. Otherwise, it will be height of I minus 1. Okay. So the maxima will go like this. So in this particular case, the maxima till here, the maxima was this, but when I reached here, the maxima for this building will become this. Same goes for this building. Till here, the maximum, this, since this building is greater than the previous one, so that is why for this particular case. And next, same thing we need to do for right array. So to find whatever building is on the right hand side which is greater than the current building or which can trap the problem trap water, so we'll go I will start this time from here, from the right hand corner. It will be n minus 1 and I is greater than equal to 0, I minus minus, and again we need to handle the corner case that if I is equal to n minus 1, so right of I is equals to height. So this is equal to height of I. Otherwise, the right of I plus 1, because we are moving from this side and we need to we are moving from right to left and we need to consider the building which is on the right hand side, which is bigger than the current building. So here it will be right of I plus 1 if it is greater than height of I plus 1. Then in this particular case we will take right of I plus 1. Otherwise we'll take whatever height is there of the previous building. So these two cases will give me uh, whatever height of the left and right local maxima for each position, for each I. So this till here we are ready with our left and right array. Next we just need to calculate the water trapped by each block. So we'll say int sum equal to 0, which will be the sum which will give us how much water is trapped. Since the width is 1, so we just need to add the height wise whatever building is. I'll say return this sum. Okay, now we need to calculate the sum. So we'll start from int I equal to 0 from the first building, I less than n, yeah, I plus plus. Okay, and then we will take this temp variable and we'll say, so for this particular case, what is the height of water trapped here? It will be whatever is the local maxima on the left side, minimum of the local maxima on left and right. So it will be math of min of left of I comma right of I. So in if we consider this particular scenario, it will be, this will give me 2, which is this height, and I need to subtract the current height of the building from there. So it will be height of I. So this is the amount of water trapped. Now if we consider all these cases where we have the building which is bigger than their local maximas, basically there is no local maxima for this. So in those particular cases, if we do this minus, the temp will come as a negative value. So we will just, when we are calculating sum, we'll say if temp is greater than 0, in that particular case we will consider temp, otherwise we will consider 0. Basically these cannot store water here. So if the height is greater than 0, this temp height, then only we will consider that height. So uh, yeah, so just let me have a look. I think we look good. Let's run this code. Yep, it seems good. I'll submit this code. Okay, so this, you see the time is 1 millisecond, and we'll just run through the complexity of time complexity. We have not used any additional data structure here. We have just played with the array. So here we are looping through I from 1 to n. Basically we are visiting each element of the first of the input array. So this has a time complexity order of n. When we are trying to calculate the maxima on the right side, again here we have order of n. And finally when we are going to calculate the time complexity for calculation of how much water is stored, it will be order of n. So overall the time complexity will be, when we add all these, it's like order of 3 times order of n, which is basically order of n. So you see, even for a problem like this, we can solve it in order, in a time complexity of order of n. It's just we need to understand the scenarios. So that's it for today's video. See you in the next video. Bye.